Hello fellow gardeners. If you've ever wished your plants could grow stronger, greener, and more productive without resorting to synthetic chemicals, then you're in the right place. Today, on Soil Power, we're diving deep into one of the most magical, yet underappreciated, techniques in organic gardening. Compost tea fermentation using wild yeasts. This isn't just theory. I'm going to show you exactly how to brew these potent plant elixirs, the correct ratios for your garden, and step-by-step guidance that works for beginners and experienced gardeners alike. By the end, you'll have a powerful tool to turbocharge your soil and your plants. I remember the first time I brewed my own compost tea. I was skeptical. How can a simple brown liquid from old compost change anything? I wondered. But within weeks, my tomato plants were visibly greener, the leaves thicker, and the fruit set heavier. That's the magic of fermented plant juices, or FPJs, and compost tea. They awaken your soil and provide plants with a natural, living nutrient boost. Compost tea is essentially a liquid extract made from mature compost. It's packed with beneficial microbes, nutrients, and enzymes that help plants absorb nutrients more efficiently. FPJs, on the other hand, are fermented extracts from specific plants such as comfrey, nettle, or yarrow, which are rich in natural growth hormones. When combined with wild yeast fermentation, these teas become living elixirs that your garden will thrive on. What sets this apart from store-bought fertilizers is the synergy between microbes, enzymes, and nutrients. You're not just feeding the plant, you're energizing the soil ecosystem, making nutrients more available, and helping your plants grow resilient and vigorous. Wild yeasts are often overlooked in gardening discussions, but they're an unsung hero in the fermentation process. When you add a sugar source like molasses to your FPJs or compost tea, you're essentially feeding these wild yeasts. They multiply, break down organic material, and produce enzymes, amino acids, and plant growth hormones naturally. This creates a nutrient-rich elixir that plants can absorb instantly when applied to the soil or as a foliar spray. Unlike synthetic boosters, wild yeast fermentation encourages living soil biology. It's not just about feeding your plants in the short term, it's about building a self-sustaining, healthy soil system that supports robust growth year after year. Before we get started, it's important to set yourself up for success. Here's what you'll need. For FPJs, choose healthy young plants. Comfrey, nettle, and yarrow are my favorites because they are nutrient powerhouses. Make sure to avoid any diseased or wilted leaves, as they can compromise your fermentation. You'll also need mature, well-balanced compost for making compost tea. Fresh compost or manure is too harsh and can burn your plants. Non-chlorinated water is essential because chlorine will kill beneficial microbes. Other key ingredients include a sugar source like molasses, which fuels the yeast, and containers. Food-safe buckets or fermentation jars work best. Don't forget basic tools like a strainer, stirring stick, and if you want to be precise, a pH meter to monitor your tea's acidity. Let's get into the fun part, brewing your very own fermented plant juice. I'll give you exact quantities for a small garden of about 10 to 20 plants or roughly 10 square meters. Step 1. Harvesting plants. Harvest young, healthy leaves from your chosen plant. Chop them finely to speed up fermentation. The fresher the plant material, the richer the juice. Step 2. Preparing the FPJ. Place 1 kilogram of chopped plant material into a food-safe bucket. Add 1 liter of non-chlorinated water and 1 to 2 teaspoons of molasses. Mix thoroughly to ensure all plant matter is submerged and the yeast has something to feed on. Step 3. Fermentation. Cover the container loosely. This allows gases to escape while keeping debris out. Stir twice daily for 3 to 5 days. Ideally, the temperature should be between 20 and 25 degrees Celsius. You'll notice a light bubbling or a sweet sour smell. This is a sign that the fermentation is working. Step 4. Straining and storage. Once the fermentation period is over, strain out the solids. Store your FPJ in a cool, shaded area, and use it within 1 to 2 weeks for maximum potency. Step 5. Application. For a small garden, dilute your FPJ 1 to 10 with water before applying. You can use it as a foliar spray in the morning or late afternoon, or apply directly to the soil around the base of plants. Use weekly for growth stimulation or every 10 days if you are focusing on flowering and fruiting. Compost tea is slightly different but equally simple. Use 1 part mature compost to 10 parts water and add 1 to 2 teaspoons of molasses. Stir vigorously or use an aquarium pump for 24 to 48 hours to aerate the mixture. Aeration is crucial. Without it, anaerobic fermentation can produce unpleasant odors and harmful compounds. Once ready, dilute compost tea 1 to 5 for foliar spray or 1 to 2 for soil drench. The benefits of compost tea are immense. It boosts microbial life, improves nutrient cycling, strengthens root systems, and can even increase resistance to pests and disease. One of the best ways to understand the power of FPJs is to conduct a small experiment in your own garden. I love doing this because it gives you tangible results and helps refine what works best for your specific soil and climate. Take two groups of identical plant, say, tomatoes. Group A receives FPJ1, which is comfrey, and Group B receives FPJ2, which is nettle. Keep all other conditions the same: soil type, sunlight, water, and pot size. Apply the FPJs according to the recommended dilution and frequency. Track metrics like leaf color, stem thickness, flower count, and fruit yield. After 4 to 6 weeks, you'll see which FPJ produces more vigorous growth. The results are usually astonishing, and the experiment can be as small or as large as your garden allows. Even if you're new to fermentation, this is surprisingly forgiving, so start small. 10 to 20 plants is perfect for your first batch. Make sure to label your containers and, wash your hands after handling fermented liquids. Avoid diseased plants, and always do a small patch test before applying to your entire garden. For experienced gardeners, consider experimenting with mixed FPJs or adding other ingredients like seaweed extract to enhance micronutrient content. Observing your plants closely and adjusting ratios based on growth and soil response is key. Remember, gardening is a dialogue with your soil and plants. The more you observe, the better your results. Consistency is honestly one of the secrets of using FPJs and compost tea effectively. A single application might give you some noticeable results, but regular use really builds a thriving soil ecosystem. Weekly or bi-weekly applications make sure that beneficial microbes stay active, plant hormones are replenished, and nutrients are continuously cycled. One tip I've learned over the years is that mornings or late afternoons are ideal for spraying. Direct sunlight can actually reduce the effectiveness of foliar sprays, and those cooler times prevent stress to the plants. Brewing your own compost tea and FPJs is more than just boosting plant growth. It's a truly sustainable gardening practice. You're recycling organic matter, enhancing soil fertility naturally, and reducing your reliance on chemical fertilizers. Over time, your soil will become healthier, more resilient, and, honestly, incredibly fertile. You're not just growing plants, you're nurturing a living ecosystem. Brewing compost tea and FPJs with wild yeast fermentation is, hands down, one of the most effective, organic, and rewarding techniques you can bring to your garden. From healthier leaves to more abundant fruit, the benefits are, well, undeniable. By following the correct ratios, proper fermentation steps, and consistent application, you'll give your plants the ultimate natural boost. If you're passionate about seeing your garden flourish naturally, this is a technique you absolutely must try. Start small, experiment with different plant materials, and just watch your soil come alive with microbial energy. Your plants and your harvest will thank you. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to subscribe to Soil Power for more hands-on, practical gardening tips. Share this article with your fellow gardeners so they too can harness the power of compost tea and FPJs. And remember, gardening is a journey, and every drop of fermented magic brings you closer to a thriving, vibrant garden.